I am not easy to please when it comes to plugins. I've always found a big part of the plugin industry quite ridiculous. I mean, how some companies get away with selling us a faithful recreation of an analog piece of equipment only to sell us a better sounding one a few years later is still a mystery to me. I mean, if the first one was already a faithful recreation, how can you say that the next one is better than the first one wasn't faithful at all? Also, the term software developer in this context is really weird. I mean, how much development are they really doing? There is still a lot of things that can be done better in our audio engineering workflows. However, a lot of these so-called developers are focusing more on figuring out the correct screw to use in a picture that will be the user interface of an analog style plugin, which then is sold as something that you really need to finish that particular mix that you've been working on for 3 years. Spoiler alert, you don't need it. Now, over the years, there has also been some wins. Super useful features like auto gain are getting more standard, and generally user interfaces made to control with a mouse are getting more abundant. And knowing that makes the plugin that I'm going to check out today almost feel like a step backwards in time. Let's talk about that. And the plugin I'm talking about today is called Professor Punch Knuckles from SOFTUBE. It's basically a combination of the Mic E and the Distressor. So we've got Drive in here, we've got Toasty, Crunch, Distress. I think these are the 3 major modes. We've got an output gain here. We've got some filtering, some modes, and a mix knob. Really nice actually to have a mix knob. It's actually something that I'm sometimes missing on my analog Distressor. But we've also got some screws here. SOFTUBE. The plugin isn't going to fall off my screen without these. This is all screen real estate that is wasted, that I could have used for something else. And generally, this is a user interface made to use with hands. And I can touch my screen as much as I want, but it's not going to do anything. And maybe on touchscreen interfaces, this is a great idea. But for this, I only have a mouse to control it. Anyway, let's quickly test this. Let's see what they did right, what they did wrong. Is this going to auto gain? I mean, let's figure out. Oh! 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 Okay, okay. 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 Maybe on the first look I was a little bit negative about this, but they do have auto gain. Look, I can do what I want and my gain is not changing. I like this. Yeah, I like this. I like this as well. I like this as well. I am missing the attack and release parameters though. Alright, so this is on my full signal. Can I reset this? Can I reset this? I don't know. Yeah, oh, okay. What are these modes? What are these modes? This is one of the things that I can't figure out from the front plate, and maybe I should be able to figure it out from the front plate. And I'm going to now do something that I normally never do. I'm going to read the manual. Probably have to change my shirt. YGshop.com. So mode is to choose between 3 different tonal qualities of the saturation. Maybe name this set mode and focus more on the name that you're gonna give it than making sure that that name is printed in like damaged letters. People buy this plugin new, not used. Maybe you should give them 2 prices, like one selling it as new with a super mint front plate and one for a lower price where they get like the... Imagine this. So instead of like thinking deeply about what a great user experience would be. Something that would be greater than analog. And analog is catching up to digital with all the total recall stuff. But imagine, instead of focusing on that, like the FabFilter workflow, because how FabFilter thinks out plugins is like out of this world. Instead of doing that, somebody in the SOFTUBE office is adding details to the letters here. Like they chipped out a little bit of the D here. There's a little scratch here. Here, 13 has a little chip out of it. Someone has been very busy with this. What if that energy would be focused more on things that matter? What if that energy would be focused on a way to making clear directly how this plugin would work? Because there's another thing that they could have done better. And this is all about this gain reduction meter here. Because yes, if this would have been an analog unit, but it isn't, it would have been printed like this. And why there are two different prints here is because in the distress mode, we are using gain reduction. But in the other two modes, we are using THD, total harmonic distortion. You could easily, like I think this takes a programmer 10 minutes to make this. You can easily switch the printing here. So whenever I click distress, you show me the gain reduction. And whenever I click toasty, you show me the THD value. Now that being said, for all the people at SOFTUBE, I really appreciate you all. I've met a bunch of you at the different fairs. I'm in contact with a few people that give me these plugins beforehand so that I can review it. But, and I mean this in the best way, is this really the best thing to focus on at the moment? When I started up SOFTUBE Central this morning, it took me 20 minutes before I was able to use it. 20 painstaking minutes because the software was freezing. It needed to update, then it needed to install something else, and then it was in an installation loop. I wish I captured it. And that's not the only thing. I have the Console 1. The whole set, the whole shebang. I have the Console 1 channel and the Console 1 fader. And why am I holding this in my hands? This should be rack mounted in front of me like it was. But the reason why it's not is because it's unreliable. And not unreliable in the form that it doesn't work. As soon as it works, it works. But the software is just not stable enough. And sometimes I'm not able to open sessions that I've worked very hard on because the loading of the plugin freezes. And I had this happen with a client sitting next to me. That's unacceptable. And when I reported it, I got some questions about log files and whatever. But I'm not a beta tester. I'm a reviewer. And most of all, I'm just an audio engineer like everybody else. I also have a bunch of SSL controllers. They always work. I'm not using them for different reasons, but they always work. So SOFTUBE, and I love you all so much. And I like the vision of your company. And I really like Console 1. But it has to work. It has to work way better and way more reliable than it is right now. And these problems are clearly not isolated just to me. I am getting emails from viewers of things within SOFTUBE software not working well. I recently got an email of a viewer that has very high CPU spikes using very simple processing within Console 1. And I did refer them to customer support, as I do with all of them, because I cannot fix this problem. But if people are sending those emails to me, it's pretty clear that 1, it's more than just me, and 2, the support can't handle it or something. I don't know. So having your priority at making an empirical labs copy, something that has been done before, maybe not in this form, but let's be honest, the sound that we can make in this plugin, we can make in a lot of different plugins. And maybe not the exact same sound, but I think I can get pretty close with another distressor-like plugin. I don't think this is the best focus to have. And with that being said, I want to end the video here. Thank you all a lot for watching. I think it's pretty clear that this video wasn't sponsored by SOFTUBE, but they did send me this beforehand, and I have huge respect for them. I just hope that they can get the shit together. If you like my videos and want to support me, there will be an affiliate link to this plugin in the description down below. Another way to support me is by becoming a channel member. It starts at 99 cents per month, but there's also an early access and exclusive content tier, which I'm going to link over here. Last way to support me and the whole YouTube platform is watching more videos. Link in this video over here. Thanks a lot for watching. Keep pushing and bye bye.